So let me tell you a story. I'm a freshman in high school, and to be frank, I have no friends. I had a couple of friends from middle school and all that, but I wasn't really so close with them. I didn't really share the same classes or the same lunch period with them, so I didn't really get to see them much. And so I would spend a lot of the time at lunch just sitting alone. I would either read a book or just watch YouTube. And for a bit, that really hurt me because I wanted to sit around with some friends. And eventually in sophomore year, I was able to find a friend group. I was able to be with them, and I had an amazing, amazing time. And I was with this friend group all the way from sophomore year up to senior year. And they were great friends in general, right? They were fun to hang out with, they were fun to be with. But there was an issue. My friends were a bit of Jeffries. If you watch Hamza, you probably know that whole Jeffrey term. My friends didn't really work out. They didn't work out. They didn't really take care of themselves. Some of the people in the friend group didn't know how to socialize with others. They were just kind of a bit of like spazzy weirdos. Now for me, I started to work out in my sophomore year of high school. I was hitting the gym pretty often, and also at the time I did start up with wrestling my freshman year of high school. Actually, I was doing wrestling and I was doing the gym, and I was making really good progress. I was getting a bit of gains and all that. My confidence increased. I was able to socialize with others more, and those friends, they noticed that. They noticed my increase in confidence because I've been hitting the gym, and so they would shame me for hitting the gym. They would tell me, oh, why are you working so hard at the gym? Why don't you just enjoy yourself? Enjoy your life. They didn't really respect that I wanted to better myself. Whenever I talked about wrestling, whenever I just talked about hitting the gym or whatever, they would just call me like a musclehead. I don't even know why. They were just completely jealous. And so yeah, around those people, I felt like complete shit. Even though they were fun people to be around with, even though they were great people, at the same time too though, they were just completely assholes to me sometimes. And these friends, whenever I was going through something, because I remember there was a period during senior year where I was kind of getting a little bit depressed and kind of just questioning myself in general, and they didn't really help me out. They weren't really there for me. They kind of just ignored it, you know, and it wasn't like I was hiding it. I told them, you know, I wasn't feeling that great, whatever, and they just told me like, quit being a pussy, quit being a bitch. And maybe that's true, right? Maybe I shouldn't be being a pussy, but you know, it's still like I kind of needed that support. But they weren't really like that. They thought the gym, they thought mental health and all that was considered gay. Just a complete bunch of Jeffries. And later on too, they kind of started doing this in senior year, but I know they started to do this even after school, where they started to do edibles, they started to do weed and all that. Now for me, I've never done any drugs, I've never done weed or anything like that, so I wasn't really into that sort of lifestyle, and they would actually egg me on to start doing edibles. I remember this conversation when we were I think we were like walking in the woods or whatever in senior year, and they would tell me like, Danny, you should try edibles. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I've kind of grown up religious, but also too, I've just grown up where my dad would always tell me not to do drugs or anything like that, but they would really egg me on to do drugs. And so I want to tell you guys something really important for those that are in high school or even in college, is to surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with the right friends, because the people that you hang out with are usually the people that you might end up becoming. If you're hanging out with drug heads who take drugs and play video games all day, then you're just gonna end up like those sort of people. If you're with people that don't like hitting the gym, who are fat, then you may end up just not hitting the gym, and you may even end up becoming fat. It's so important that kids learn these things, because I understand, because sometimes it's like we have no options. We have to go to that friend group if we just want to feel like we belong. But honestly, I think being alone isn't entirely a bad thing. I think if you're sitting alone at lunch and you're just reading books and all that, I think that's honestly better than surrounding yourself with degenerate people in high school. It's super important that you surround yourself with good people, that surround yourself with people that have your best interests. Don't surround yourself with people just because you have nowhere else to go. So yeah, just be wary of who you hang out with. Click on this video right here for more of my content. And my boys, I will see you guys in the next video.